Hari Om. This is Yamuna Devi, and I'm just coming by here because I'd like to check in to see how you are really doing and how you are really feeling, because this is something that we always neglect is ourself. We neglect ourselves, and we always put ourselves last, and we're so consumed by the busyness of life that we neglect ourselves, we neglect our essence. So, something really important that I want you to ask yourself is, how am I doing? Ask yourself that question. How am I doing? How am I feeling? And check in with yourself, really. This is really important because we forget about ourself. And when I say ourself, that divine soul, that divine essence that is living within us. We become consumed external thing. We think we are what we do, and we are actually not what we do. We are something greater. We are something divine. We are higher than that. So this is something important to just pause and give yourself a little space to reflect. And in that space, that beautiful space of just being present, of just being with yourself. And I paused myself from saying stopping all thoughts because this is something that is probably a little difficult in the beginning to practice. And it's something that takes time. And once you practice every day to just pause and allow those thoughts to just eventually fade and stop from churning, is that you come to that realization, that space, that deeper space. But there are other things within us that we have to become in tune with, and we have to become aware of, so that we can release them. I had someone ask me, Yamuna, I want to let go of a lot of things from the past. And it's beautiful, right? It's a beautiful practice. And how do I do that? So one of the wonderful things you can do is start observing the thoughts. And when you start observing each thought, you are able to release it. And there's a beautiful meditation practice that you can do. And it's basically just observing the thought, picking one thought process. And when you pick that one thought, like example, I want to go to the supermarket. So that's the thought that I want to grab. So I grab that thought and I trace it down. So if I want to go to the supermarket, I want to buy this vegetable, I'm going to get this other thing. And then from that store, I want to go to another store, and then I'm going to go home because I'm going to cook this and I'm going to make this dish. And eventually, that same thought, you train the mind to choose. You are the one that chooses what thoughts you want to think. So that is a process of training the mind, of strengthening the mind, not allowing the mind to control you. So in this society, we allow the mind to control us. And when we allow the mind to control us, it is just like a wild horse. And what does the wild horse do? It just runs like wild, right? And it's just everywhere. It just goes. And you have no way to stop it. You have no way of managing it. So, in that same manner, the mind can be that wild horse. So, we have to re educate the mind. We have to train the mind to work for us, not us working for the mind. And I hope you understand this, because this is a little profound, but once you start practicing, you will understand. So, And another thing is we let go of those thought patterns as we continue reliving them, repeating them. They are released. That's the beauty of it. So it's not, I want to let it go. I want to let it go, and not stressing yourself over that. But it is slowly released. And there will come a point that you will not even remember because it's not a painful memory. So we are much attached to pain. We associate memories with pain. We remember fewer positive memories. So, for example, I'll give you an example. I asked someone, what did you do on the weekend? Right? And I'm sure she had a beautiful weekend with her family traveling. It was vacation time. She said, oh, Yamuna, like we got a flat tire. My kids were crying. They had to go to the bathroom. There was no bathroom, and this and that. And then the trip, it was just, and then I had to do this, and it was just chaos. So she always told me about the chaotic part of the story. And then I said, okay, that's wonderful. But tell me about the good things. What did you enjoy? She said, oh, Yamuna, was such a beautiful trip. It was so wonderful. And we enjoyed so much as a family. And it was a wonderful experience. And we really needed this getaway together to unite the family. And I said, okay, let us pause for a moment and let us go back to the first thing you told me. And she says, I said, what did you tell me? And she says, I told you about the flat tire and that we were having a horrible time, an awful time. And I said, yeah. And did you notice that the first thing you told me was the bad part? And the second thing you told me was the good part. And I said, that is how the mind works. We focus a lot of our awareness on the negative things. We always talk first about the negative before we talk about the positive. Why? Because the negative has had such a strong impact that it has influenced our whole life. So let us allow the positive things to influence our life. Let us allow ourselves to be influenced by those beautiful things as well. Not always keeping those negative memories within us, releasing it. And every memory, whether good or bad, is an experience because we cannot have bad without good, right? And good without bad. We have to enjoy and receive both equally. So, this is really important. And also, whenever we make decisions in our life, because we will have to make decisions in every moment, make each decision with a calm, peaceful, blissful mind. Because as emotional beings, we just, I want to do this and that, and we don't get to do anything properly because we are led by our emotional mind. We are led by our emotions. And I'm telling you this because I received a message of someone struggling making decisions. And the best thing that I thought about, I said, any decision you make in life, you should make it with a calm, cool mind, not an emotional decision. I have some person that told me, I want to divorce my husband. And I said, no. I said, are you sure about this, first of all? And I knew that she was not in a good space and she was upset and nervous and anxious, and all these emotions were showing up in her voice, in her face. And I said, this is not her. And I said, she definitely is not ready for this decision. So, and if she were to make this decision, she was making it from a space of boiling emotions, from all these emotions. So we should make any decision based on a calm, cool mind. So once she came back to a peaceful state, I said to her, "Are you sure?" She says, "No, I'm not sure. This is not what I want. I want a happy relationship, blissful family." I said, "Good." So this is really important to take note of your emotions. Check in with yourself every day to day, every moment to moment. So give a space to yourself. Give yourself love, because when you give yourself self care and the space to be present, your life blooms. It doesn't bloom by buying things and accumulating things and doing things. It blooms by giving yourself that opportunity to be present, giving yourself a little space to just listen to the voice within. And in that space, your life blooms. So I want you to think about this, my dear friend. You're very special. You are amazing. And take a little space for yourself to be present. Give yourself a little opportunity to just be. And you will find within that space how amazing you are and how precious you are. So, my dear friend, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. And you are a wonderful soul. Thank you so much. A lot of love and good wishes and blessings. Hariom.